Floods are a regular concern in Malaysia, interrupting lives, ruining property, and posing threats to communities across the country. Floods, a natural occurrence worsened by climate change and increased urbanization, have emerged as a major worry. The topographical environment of Malaysia, with its numerous river systems and monsoon seasons, exacerbates the danger of floods. Every year, during the monsoon season, significant rainfall inundates low-lying regions, forcing rivers to overflow their banks, resulting in flash floods in urban areas and agricultural land flooding. Communities cope with the impact of inundation from the east coast to the Klang Valley, confronting economic, social, and environmental issues. Rapid urbanization and widespread land development disrupt natural landscapes, displacing permeable surfaces with impermeable ones. This process limits natural water absorption, resulting in more surface runoff following heavy rains. Besides that, deforestation, caused mostly by agricultural expansion and logging, reduces the natural protective barriers given by trees. Trees and plants are essential for absorbing precipitation and stabilizing soil, so reducing fast runoff and soil erosion. In addition, flood dangers are exacerbated by river encroachment, illegal settlements along riverbanks, and insufficient infrastructure. These causes constrain river flow, causing silt accumulation and dams that impede the normal flow of water. Climate change increases the frequency and severity of rain, increasing the danger of flooding. Malaysia's monsoon seasons bring severe rains, overflowing rivers, and exacerbated flood situations. Inadequate drainage systems and inadequate maintenance exacerbate flood hazards. Clogged drains and aging infrastructure limit water flow, exacerbating localized floods, particularly in cities. As global temperatures rise and polar ice caps melt, the consequences of increasing sea levels represent a hidden menace, infiltrating coastal places across the world, including Malaysia. Coastal erosion, which constantly gnaws away at shorelines, is one of the lesser-known threats of sea level rise. It endangers infrastructure and towns situated perilously near to the water's edge, as well as coastal ecosystems and beaches. While severe rains and river overflow are frequently blamed for floods in Malaysia, a lesser-known component impacting flood hazards is vertical ground motion, a subtle but substantial phenomena. Vertical land motion, which includes both subsidence and uplift, silently affects the topography of the nation. Land subsidence, or land sinking, happens gradually in some locations owing to a variety of reasons such as groundwater extraction, urbanization, and natural geological processes. Studies on this phenomenon are scarce in Malaysia. There are 2 established studies in Kelantan that demonstrate the existence of land subsidence in the area around the states, possibly as a result of groundwater extraction. Although the 2 research used different methods and tools, they arrived at the same findings. Drainage patterns are modified when the earth dips, altering natural water flow. Low-lying regions become more vulnerable to flooding, heightening flood hazards even in the face of modest rainfall or high tides. Understanding the impact of vertical land movement on flood hazards is critical. Efforts to mitigate this hidden hazard include monitoring land subsidence, implementing sustainable groundwater management, and incorporating adaptive measures into urban development. Floods wreak havoc on communities, destroying houses, infrastructure, and public services. Submerged streets, collapsing buildings, and downed utilities all lead to massive financial losses and displacements. Besides that, floods pose serious health concerns in the middle of the commotion. Water contamination, sewage overflow, and the spread of waterborne pathogens raise public health issues, potentially leading to epidemics and humanitarian disasters. Worst, floods wreak havoc on agricultural fields, causing substantial crop destruction and soil erosion. Farmers suffer significant losses, subsequently threatening food security, livelihoods, and the agricultural economy of the country. The economic cost of flooding is enormous. The costs of recovery, infrastructure repairs, and lost commercial operations weigh heavily on local economies, impeding growth and development. The economic cost of flooding is enormous. The costs of recovery, infrastructure repairs, and lost commercial operations weigh heavily on local economies, impeding growth and development. Malaysia experienced losses of Malaysian ringgit 622.4 million in 2022 alone. The losses is higher in 2021 due to 1 in 100-year rainfall at Malaysian ringgit 6.1 billion. Floods leave a path of damage well beyond the apparent flooding, affecting communities, economy, and the environment across Malaysia. The battle against flood dangers will not be simple. It is a collaborative endeavor distinguished by creative solutions, collaborative efforts between government agencies, non-governmental organizations, and communities, and a desire to boost resilience. Most importantly, raising awareness and knowledge of the complex web of elements that contribute to floods is critical not only among communities, it is important to business owners, governmental agencies, and politicians. Long-term plans that include climate-resilient infrastructure, sustainable land use, and proactive catastrophe preparedness are essential. Malaysia has asked the Netherlands for help in order to gain experts in flood mitigation. While attempts are being made to lessen the likelihood of flooding, Malaysia should be able to implement stronger mitigation strategies, such as strengthened riverbanks, retention pond construction, and improved drainage systems. These tactics aim to increase community resilience while lessening the effects of floods. More research, fueled by information and motivated by a clear vision, are required for Malaysia to negotiate the intricacies of flood threats safely. I hope you enjoy this video. If you like this video, please click on like and subscribe. You will help me to grow this channel. Thank you.